So, with just weeks to go before the ballot, the stock in trade of Nigerian politics mudslinging. As the country prepares to hire a new leadership, the candidates from the two biggest political parties and their supporters are busy poking the hornet's nest. As you've heard, the APC is calling for the arrest of Atiku Abubakar of the PDP over alleged corruption. The APC is basing its call on allegations made by a whistleblower, Michael Achimugu, who in an audio recording claims that when Atiku was vice president between 1999 and 2007, he colluded with his former boss, President Olusegun Obasanjo, to fleece the country using what he called special purpose vehicles. But the PDP has hit back, denying the charges and accusing the APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu of complicity in a drug-related case in the US, something Mr. Tinubu also denies. So how much is this a stain on the reputations of both candidates so close to the presidential election? Well, for his reaction to all this, I'm joined now in the studio by the political commentator, public affairs analyst, and keen supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Prince Kassim Afegbua. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, Charles, for the opportunity.
So what's your reaction to this latest attack by the APC against the PDP's presidential candidate and the PDP's riposte?
Thank you, Charles. Let me quickly respond to your last guest, Mahdi Shehu. It appears you don't know his antecedent. A man who claims to be a whistleblower, self-acclaimed whistleblower, is coming on your program to challenge another whistleblower of what is at his own disposal as part of his transaction with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in those days of their presidency. Mahdi Shehu, you remember he petitioned the Katsina state government of squandering 140 billion naira, which he called security vote, and said he had evidence. When he was now arrested, kept in detention for 11 days, and they said provide evidence, he couldn't provide any. And in his last court appearance, he had to disguise wearing a neck brace, wearing a back support, and on crutches, stagger to the court, just to invoke sympathy. And that's the man who is coming here to talk about corruption.
Yeah, but that's not really the issue.
No, wait, I'll come to the issue. That's a man who is shouting, and for God's sake, as soon as he left the court premises, he threw away all of those things and performed ablution. I was saying his prayers. That alone is corruption. Corruption is not just about naira and kobo. It's about attitudes, character. Because when you are coming to law and your hands are stained, you've deceived the court to think that you were in that state, and the court shows sympathy to grant you bail, only for 1 second for you to fling away all of those things and you are saying prayer. It calls to question the integrity of that man who just left here. But again, come to the issue of whistleblowing. And a Mike Achimugu has presented copious evidence of his transaction with his boss. He called himself a media aide. This is not the business of APC. But for God's sake, in a country where we are preparing for elections, it is our duty to interrogate the character, the honor, the integrity of the candidate who Mike Achimugu has called to question on the issue of special purpose vehicle. And I call that special purpose corruption, SPC, instead of SPV. Because in the audio leak, you had the vice president, the PDP candidate, making explanation to Mike Achimugu. In a sane society, Charles Anyagolu, that man should be facing interrogation in the hands of EFCC, ICPC, DSS, or anybody, just to even establish something, the veracity or otherwise of these claims. But here you see people come in and rather than address the issues, they are calling names. Say, Anika is this, the person is this. No, even you talking about it, you also have your own
but you're
issues.
raising questions about the character of people. What about the character of the candidate that you support, who has drug-related allegations against him and issues, things that are open, you can see it on the internet and so on, about drug-related, cases that are related to him, if you like, or linked to him.
Okay, Charles, I remember I attended your program here when that issue came up, so vociferously, and I did state that I will not base my defense or my argument on it, on a document that is sourced from the internet. If you, Charles, or Arise, had written to that court and obtained a certified true copy of those documents, then we can address it. Then PDP can go to court.
Wait.
Yeah, PDP
there are journalists who
PDP
did that.
can go to court on that. What did they do when they got it? Did they go to court?
There are journalists who did that.
When they did that, did they go to court?
Well,
they didn't.
From what
the point is, APC has written to the relevant agencies to say that they must, the EFCC, ICPC, should interrogate those claims by Mike Achimugu. So if PDP is waiting for this to happen before they start bringing back the issue of drug, you know that they are beating.
Well, obviously the APC is doing this more for optics and political sensationalism than any real crime-fighting merit. Because if you really wanted to fight crime, I mean, you'd have gone to the Attorney General and the prosecutor's office and submitted the evidence and let them assess it and take it from there.
No, what they have done is the proper thing to do. You have the EFCC, which is a body that is vested with the responsibility of looking into claims like that. You have the ICPC, you have the NFIU, you have the Code of Conduct Bureau. People don't even know the strength and the power of the Code of Conduct Bureau. You understand? As a public officer, if your conduct falls below the conditionalities of what makes you, a public officer, because you have sworn to oath of allegiance and you have sworn to oath of office, if you are seen to have breached any of those oaths, the Code of Conduct can take you up, and that's what they have done. I think what is now left is right on the table of ICPC, EFCC, and Code of Conduct to take up those claims,
right?
And try. You see, Charles, we like sweeping things under the carpet. Let them call this Mike Achimugu wherever he is. The world is a global village now. Get more information, get more facts, and interrogate them. This young man has brought out emails, audio leaks, and all of that. These are serious issues. This is a man who wants to preside over the collective patrimony of you and I. And he's being called to question on the basis of special purpose vehicle. And you say it's not an issue? It's an issue.
No. Nobody said it's not an issue.
I'm not.
Right, okay.
I'm speaking in generic terms. So the point they should make, rather than addressing the issue, I was happy you asked the man that you are running away from the issue and not even addressing the issue. Rather than then addressing the issue, they say Tinubu's alleged drug issue.
Yeah, but that's also an issue.
But does that one cancel out this one?
But what I want to ask...
does that cancel out this one?
No, it doesn't.
So they should address the issue.
But can you see, though, how these allegations might end up simply inflaming the public's sense that the APC and the PDP are bedfellows who were all part of each other at different times and are simply claiming that their bedfellow opponents are guilty of allegedly committing the same offenses of corruption that they themselves are accused of?
The issues are not contiguous. I think we need to face the facts. The issues are not contiguous. Here is a man who is being hard, opening up of the underhand transactions that permeated the fabric of the administration in line with his boss, even mentioning names. Andy Ubai is alive. Fashawe is still very much with Obasanjo. Waziri Muhammad, may his soul rest in peace, died in the Bellevue crash. So if those information are in the public domain, what I expect to see, an EFCC that has balls should naturally summon the man who has made those revelations, the man who is being accused, the audio leak, and subjected to forensic tests. Why do we run away from issues of anti-corruption when they come to the front burner? We'll be calling names elsewhere.
There is a question coming in from outside, and that question is, so should the EFCC be called for Atiku and the NDLEA be called for Tinubu?
I don't have to give them what to do. The APC has acted in good faith as a partaker in this process. They've said, this is what we have seen. Somebody has made these allegations. We have seen documents. We have seen audio leaks. Please take up this. It is not left for PDP if they want to do anything on their own. But of course, they are chasing a lost battle because the issue of the drug issue, I've listened to some lawyers and all that. There's nothing that is complicit in that one. Well, but this one,
they would disagree with you.
Let them disagree. Then subject it to the crucible. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Subject to the further crucible. That's not the problem. But the point is, Elijah Atiku Abubakar admittedly in those leaks, even his son, even his daughter, and everything, have been saying to have made confessions. Subject them to further interrogation. We run away from interrogating issues in this country. If a prime minister of UK can resign for a policy misdirection from her position and another to give room for another person, then what stops?
But as long as you concede that interrogation will also focus on your candidate, because there are very strong allegations against him. The PDP has called Mr. Tinubu a drug dealer. It has cited the evidence that it says it has. They've called him Pablo Escobar and referred to his running mate as Osama bin Laden. I wonder how you react to all that. The most important thing is how it's coming across to the public.
No, Charles. You also have to look at the persons making these claims. They are not directly involved in anything. They are just calling names. There is a different thing from a Mike Achumugu, who was a participant, who was an aide. Do you know Melai, who is calling all these names? He's not an aide of Tinubu. This one is an aide. You know what an aide means? For him to have an audio leak of such conversation, emails, even up to the point of even seeking admission to a polytechnic because the electoral act want to prescribe something different. Yeah, well, I find it also curious that somebody will go and obtain a master's degree from a diploma course, from a diploma certificate. Yeah, well, it's curious. But this is a country that tolerates all manners of bestiality. Yeah, but I'm
sure you know that Mr. Abubakar has the rights to a thorough investigation, as does your candidate.
What are we asking for?
And he is innocent until proven guilty, and the APC hasn't proven any guilt here. This is all just sensationalism.
What have I said all through? I said subject to investigation.
Yeah, it's all just sensationalism.
It's not sensation. No, don't put it as sensation.
Well, at this point, that's what
if you use the word sensation, you are trivializing.
No, I'm saying it is sensationalism at this stage.
It is not.
Until either the Attorney General, the Prosecutor's Office takes it up as a case, and a court of law finds him guilty. It is sensational.
The first process of establishing a prima facie case is what we are talking about. You have to commence investigation and establish that somebody has said.
That's the point.
That is outside the realm of sensationalism.
Yeah, but that has not, the investigation has not taken place.
What are we asking for?
It hasn't
taken place. We wrote a petition to EFCC and ICPC to investigate. We cannot arrogate to ourselves the powers of investigation.
Absolutely.
Yes, but don't call it sensation. If you want Nigeria to grow, if you want something credible for our children, you need to subject Elijah Atiku to the crucible.
No, in fact,
put him before EFCC and ICPC and Code of Conduct Bureau to investigate him.
The PDP themselves are asking for that investigation. But what I'm saying is that at this stage, what the APC has done so far is sensationalisson.
No,
it's gone on television, and it's
no.
But that
I
is
take
true.
that with strong assumption.
That's really the point.
If it is sensation, you won't see the APC writing a petition to this relevant agency.
At this stage, until it moves beyond that stage, that's what it is.
I don't want you to drag this issue
Now, hold
further.
on. Let me ask you this. Surely you must know that all this bad blood, whether it is Atiku being accused of something or Tinubu being accused, isn't going to do your candidate any good. You're just going to keep drawing attention to not just the skeletons that a lot of people think are in his closet, but the graveyards that his opponents say is there.
You will say alleged skeletons because they have not been established.
I said the skeleton.
You didn't put alleged skeleton. You said skeletons.
I said that is going to keep drawing
that should be the operative word from you.
To the skeletons and the graveyards that his opponents say are there. But let me ask you this: why can't Bola Tinubu come out and make a definitive statement about this drug issue? Because the PDP have been calling for this since November. the APC threatened to go to court because of what the PDP was saying, but never did, which fuels speculation and suspicion about Mr. Tinubu's innocence in this regard. Why can't he come out and address these?
Charles, I don't want to believe that you are even asking me this question.
Well, I am asking you the question.
You know why? You don't have to put yourself in the shoe of PDP because you are an anchor.
I am. My job is to play the devil's advocate. That's what we do as journalists. And you're a journalist, so I'm sure you know that.
The issue in focus presently is or are the revelations by an aide to Atiku, for which APC wrote a petition to the relevant agencies. That should be interrogated. The issue of drug, what do you call it now, drug and all of that, came up about 2-3 months ago. And up till now, PDP has not done anything. APC has seen this one, has taken a step by petitioning the right security agencies and anti-corruption agencies to look at the veracity of the claim of this person, to see how weighty they are. Instead of addressing them, you are pointing attention.
Yeah, but the APC threatened to go to court.
Let them go to court. Let them go to court.
I'm not talking about I said the APC threatened to go to court. We had the APC people here. They threatened, they said they were already in court, that they were going to go to court against the PDP for the allegations of drug-related issues. They never did. What I want to ask you is this. What are the voters to make of all of this? Both the PDP's allegations and the APC's allegations. I mean, you've been in both parties.
I'm sure you watched the.
I'm
sure you watched the Kwara campaign.
You were a spokesman of Atiku Abubakar.
No, I was a spokesman of the PDP. Always get it right.
But I remember you speaking on behalf of Atiku Abubakar.
I spoke on behalf of PDP.
You were speaking on behalf of your candidate. It was during the 2019 election.
No. I spoke on behalf of the PDP. He was the candidate. So Wumi spoke on behalf of Atiku. There are two different things. I spoke on behalf of the party. I wasn't Atiku's personal aide. I never. Yes, I
like that.
Yes, I was never his personal aide.
You weren't his personal aide.
I was never. Please get the issue.
Is there any such thing?
I don't run away. I don't run away from responsibility.
Is there any such thing?
Let me answer the question you asked me.
Right. Okay.
If you watch today's campaign in Kwara, I'm sure you will see that the voters turned out to receive.
Well, we also saw the voters turn out to receive the PDP.
That's why I'm saying that you are more of a PDP than the PDP members. Because you asked me a question, allow me to land. You said how much of this will affect the electorate. I'm just giving you an instance that today in Kwara, Tinubu campaign, and you saw the tumultuous crowd that received him. Those are the voters.
Yeah, but it is my job to draw your attention to the fact that the PDP also campaigned today.
The point is this, Charles. The point is this. I want you to also agree that in this country, when you talk about anti-corruption, that when issues are raised, people should have the balls to own up. Are you not surprised that from the revelations of this Mike Achumugu thus far, that the PDP, rather than address the issues he raised, they are only pointing accusing fingers elsewhere? That is not how to respond to issues. Because when the issue of drug issue came up, there was an elaborate statement from the APC camp, which stated their position. PDP the statement they have issued is neither here nor there.
Well, obviously that's what you're going to say.
No, they are accusing APC of accusing the APC candidate something else. Anyway. But their own, these issues are so weighty.
Okay.
And please, join me and join Nigerians, these spirited Nigerians, to tell Atiku, ask Atiku that in a sane society, issues such as this require serious interrogation.
Well, there is something that is known as ethical accountability.
Yes.
And both candidates should take responsibility for that. Somebody just wrote a note and said, let them take responsibility and both of them drop out of the race, or at least wait by the sidelines until investigations into both of them are completed.
That person who is sending that must be an obedient. It must be. And it is not, and there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut to
before you start complaining that we haven't given you enough time,
yes.
On that note, I want to thank you, Prince Kassim Afegbua.
Have you given me enough time?
Always jolly nice to talk with you. And he is, of course, a political commentator, public affairs analyst, and keen supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Thank you very much.